know. You never know.
All right, David Olney here. You never know. For those of you keeping score, I haven't changed clothes in a week. I'm on vacation also. And how is this possible to do all these things at one time? I don't like to reveal my secret powers. Okay, so same deal. I got this gig coming up July 10th in Norris, Tennessee, and you'll be hearing more about that. I forgot to mention at the last show, and this is serious, Tommy Womack of songwriting fame and government cheese and rock and roller and just all around kind of genius sort of fellow. Was in an automobile accident. He's okay. I don't know, relative to what? I mean, he broke his pelvis in 3 places. It was some got run into by a truck. Anyway, is there a website that people can go to just
look on the bottom of the screen?
Look on the bottom of the screen, and there'll be a website. If you know of Tommy and he's going to need some help, with doctor's bills and his car's totaled and all that stuff. So, and if nothing else, just kind of keep him in your thoughts. He's a really excellent fellow and a musical whiz-bang from the word go. And Tommy, if you're out there, hope you get feeling better. Okay, so now moving on. Okay, I have to talk quickly because the song I'm going to do is long. But this is from, Migration. All right, and it's called Migration. Okay, any problem with the light? Okay, because there's songs about birds on it, and this is one of them. It's called Lenora, about birds migrating. Summer give way to the fall. Deep down inside us our kind hears a call. Through autumn red leaves we rise up and go. Hearts beating fast, wings beating slow. One takes the lead with 3 on each wing. The earth falls away, I hear the wind sing. Lenora, Lenora, we live for the sky. To live is to breathe, to love is to fly. In rhythm and motion the many are one. Through wind and through rain, in moonlight and sun. Southward we fly, our wings beating strong. We'll fly till we reach the place we belong. Below us the sea, we follow the shore. My heart is at peace, my eyes find Lenore. Lenora, Lenora, what more can there be than the feel of the wind and the taste of the sea? Lenora, so graceful, so perfect, so free. The moon shines at night on Lenora and me. Forever, forever, always, evermore. Never will I ever leave my Lenore. Tonight we will gaze at the stars in the sky. Tell me, Lenore, do they laugh, do they cry? Lenora, Lenora, beginning and end. Love is a bird that flies on the wind. On the 10th day at dawn, I looked to the east. Where the sea touched the sky, I saw in the mist one of our kind, he was flying alone. My heart filled with pity that I'd never known. Come join us, brother, I cried so he'd hear. He flew to the sun, and he would not come near. Lenora, Lenora, when each day is through, joys for the many, sorrows for one. We were taking our rest on the 21st morn, in the reeds of a marsh, in the cool of the morn. You could taste the salt air and the sea breeze that blew. We slumbered in silence, not one of us knew. The two-legged creatures that rule on the land were laying in wait with death in their hands. I saw lightning flash, I heard thunder roar. We took off in terror away from the shore. Gustav fell first, then Elise and her son. Dieter was next, and then poor Desdemona. A moment before we were safe in the skies, Lenora cried out, there was death in her eyes. Lenora, Lenora, I called to the wind. Lenora will never answer again. I still hear the voice, I still answer the call. I take to the sky as I did before, but the sky is a cold place without my Lenore. Come join us, brother, sometimes I hear. I fly to the sun, I will not come near. Lenora, Lenora, when each day is done, joys for the many and sorrows for one. Lenora, Lenora, I call to the wind. Lenora will never answer again. All right, Lenora. Whew, that's a long song. It's a lot to remember. Okay. There's this movie I saw about a month ago, but I've been hearing about it. I saw it on TV, and somehow or other, I guess these guys built this little one-man airplane, and they would just fly with flocks of birds, and you get these angles of birds flying that you just can't get any other way. It's just incredible looking. Like a Canada goose is, trucking along, and then it looks up at you, and honks. I mean, it's just, you wouldn't be able to get this any other way. And when you see a whole flock, I mean, even when you're standing on the ground, which I spend a lot of time doing, and you see a flock go by, it's sort of extraordinary looking, and the flying V and all that. But when you see it, sort of in the air, God, it looks like a Escher drawing of birds. I mean, it's just so I don't know. It's so symmetrical in some way, and yet wild and nature and all that stuff. So, I mean, that's the kind of stuff I think about. So, and then I think, well, what does a bird know? What does a Canadian goose know? Does it know how to count? Does it feel time passing by? How does it know when it's supposed to, head off to Mexico and all that stuff? So that was kind of fun thinking about that. And also, this was a big deal. And it happened after I'd written the song. I hadn't thought about it. I thought this sort of love this goose has for Lenora was just something what they call it, anthropomorphizing, making birds think like humans. But there's a story by some French guy whose name I can't remember, and it's called Love. In some future show I'll remember it and I'll let you know. And it's about a guy who goes hunting with a friend of his, and he shoots a bird, and it's a goose, and it comes down and falls to the ground. He notices this other bird is just like circling it constantly and squawking, and he says it sounded like, mourning. And his friend said, yeah, it is. Geese mate for life, and you've killed his spouse, his or her spouse. And, the kind of guy didn't feel like going hunting after that. So, and what else on that? It's just the kind of song, when you get to writing it, you go, I'm going, past the allotted time here. And you go, well, this is just one of those songs that's going to have to take it'll tell me when it's finished. It's like cowboy songs. A cowboy's out on the trail singing to, 600 cattle. No one's telling him hey, it's time to end this song. The cattle don't care. It's soothing to them to hear his voice. So in these cowboy songs, sometimes you get like 6 verses in the middle about the tooling of a saddle or something like that. Why not? So, some songs you don't worry about time. And which reminds me of the joke of the guy that's I don't have time for this. The punchline is, what's time to a pig? And we'll get to the joke some other time. Not that a pig cares. Okay, see you later.
You never know. You never know